Yeah, we back at it. You know what I'm saying? My guy Fiji, you know what I'm saying? Original day one, a brother, you know what I'm saying? Always boots to the ground, always on business, you know what I'm saying? He's swinging back on me. We got to get to some topics, you know what I'm saying? A few issues, you know what I'm saying? And build on it. But I'm gonna let him get straight to it and kick it off, you know what I'm saying? Go on, talk to me, brother. Where we at with it?
Man, listen, man, I received a video today, bro, and couple people sent me this video, and by them sending me this video, uh, it has to be addressed, man, and it has to be put to rest, man. Let me get my credentials first on who I am. Man.
Okay.
I'm Fiji. I'm from the west side of Chicago. I'm from K-Town. I grew up under Dale, Big Smack, Charlie Hill, may he rest in peace.
Okay.
G Shaw, rest in peace. Ike Low.
All right.
All right. I'm from K-Town, raised on 14th Kill there around Roosevelt and Keeler. I come up under the names of Dale, that's who blessed me in the organization, Big Smack, Charlie Hill, Ike Taylor, and G Shaw, may he rest in peace. I was in Stateville. I was around all of the originals with the exceptions of Tony and Dee Dee.
Okay.
I was raised by them dudes. I was raised at their feet. I know the stories. I know the truth. I talk to them, man. So my credentials, you ain't gonna find nobody that's gonna say he wasn't there. I was in Stateville, I was in Pontiac, I was in Menard, I was on the front line. I took care of my business, and peoples know who I am, bro. So I'm coming with credentials. I'm not one of these wannabes out here. Now,
Okay.
dealing with this story, Dirk Acton keeps saying that Larry was an ambassador for the Blackstone.
Right.
That is a bald-faced lie. That is a lie. He keeps saying that David crowned Larry. David came to Larry with a proposal for equal leadership because the gangsters was fighting the disciples.
Right.
They was going through the gang violence together. So David had a bigger vision. So David said, okay, man, let's come together for equal leadership. Jeff wanted to do the same thing, but Jeff wanted to make Larry an ambassador. Larry said no. He
Right.
declined that because he wasn't going to allow the Stones to swallow up the gangsters. So what did Jeff do? He went and made Moose out of the hundreds. They became the Gangster Stone.
Right.
That's where you get Gangster Stone from Moose out there in the hundreds, and then it went come out west to Junebug and Finney.
Mhm.
So man, let's keep this stuff. Let's keep this 100, man. Now you got these older brothers that popped up. They got these suits on. They went and got the tailor-made suits done and everything. They've been in obscurity for the last 40, 50 years. Nobody has seen them or heard from them. And they using this stuff, man. OG. You know, in the city of Chicago, we don't even use OGs, bro. OG is your mama.
Right.
That's your mama. When we come up, it was Papa G, Papa Lloyd, Papa Stone, Papa King. It was Papas, Papa Bree. That's what it was with us. Wasn't no OGs, man. So all these dudes talking about they OGs. We don't have OGs in the city of Chicago, man.
Right.
So they can stop this stuff, man. Stop
Right.
that.
Right. We didn't use that term.
No. So come on with any questions you got, bro. I'm gonna give you the real, man.
Well, I mean,
I,
okay, well, it was another story on there I heard Don Dirky talking about. He said, I believe it could have been in the 70s, maybe. But he said Larry got locked up and they was gonna do him in. I guess you don't poke him up, you know what I'm saying? Violent, do something to him, you know what I'm saying? Because Larry was claiming that he was the king, or somebody might have put that word that he said that when he said he didn't say it. And Don Durkee said he stopped them from killing him. And then when he stopped them from doing whatever they was gonna do to him, he blessed them to be the king and told them to take over. You know, what about that part of the story? Did you catch
all
that?
right, that's a lie. That's a lie. Now, if you want to go back to Stateville back in them days, Durkee is alive today, man, because of one man. That man saved his life. when they was in Stateville, man, you had goons in Stateville, man. You had the Bo Dillies, the J Longs, the Go Go's, the bald headed Bows, the G Sharps. And you had gangsters in there. You had the Speedy. They was gangsters, man.
Right.
Them dudes wasn't no chumps, man. When Larry came through that, man, Larry wasn't like he was afraid to be who he was, man. That's a
Right.
lie, bro. That dude is lying, man. He ain't gonna tell you about when he came when Michael G was sent over there to be West when he was over there. He ain't gonna tell you that story. He ain't gonna tell you all them stories how they signed the affidavits in order to get Don Smokey and Bo and Sundown at the joint. He ain't gonna tell you all them stories there. He gonna tell the stories that's gonna make it seem for them. But here's my point right here, bro. Much love and respect, man, to the originals, man. I get originals. Much love and respect for what they laid down.
Right.
But I don't like this here. You have some of those that was around back then. Few they on different platforms telling their stories about what they did in the organization and what they wrote and who they made board members and who they did this and who they and I ain't heard them say now one time nothing about this dude Dirk.
Right.
I
True
ain't
that.
heard
True
them
that.
say one time about Durkee or came to defend the honor of the man who made it safe for a lot of them, man.
Right.
The
Right.
man that's sitting up there in the mountains right now, man, and has given 51 years of his life inside of prison, man. Now people are starting to capitalize. I want to capitalize off his name, man.
Right. And that kind
It's
of leads into my next question. You know what I'm saying? I was going to try to allude into actually two questions, but I'm gonna go one at a time. One is it was Don Dirk. He said he blessed King Shorty Freeman to be king of the I guess the black disciples because he was the Don's over. He was over all the kings. And the other question is if Ike Taylor was the co-chairman, where was he at? I'm younger than most of these cats. You know what I'm saying? I'm the
yeah,
half these cats.
Ike was the co-chair.
Okay, I can
Ike
believe
Ike
that part. I get
Ike
that
was the
part.
co-chair. He
I
was in
get that part.
Stateville.
But my question is, where was you at from like 80 to 2000? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like my whole time growing up, I never heard of him until I got older. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, he started out when he started out as a coach, then he just fell back. You know what I'm saying?
Ike left. When Ike left, Ike had a problem. Ike had
Oh,
a drug problem.
okay,
When I
okay,
come home, Ike had a drug problem. The organization, Ike is smart. Let's get it. That's I'm not gonna take nothing away from the old man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna take nothing away from that old man. He's a smart guy. If you look at a way to a lot of the literature, Ike come out of that black that black power struggle, you know what I'm saying, that
right,
movement. That's what his thought process was. That's why you look at a lot of the literature in the beginning stages, that's how the literature was written in that black power movement, you know what I'm saying, in the 60s era.
right,
Ike got out the joint. And when Ike got out the joint, man, I guess he moved out to California. And when he moved out there, man, he married some woman and he started getting high. And when he started getting high,